My
Welcome back, everyone, to Bradford Field here on the campus of Buena Vista University. Your score at halftime, Buena Vista 18, William Penn 0. Right now, what we're going to do is go downstairs. Ryan Harder's got a field report for us. Ryan.
Ryan Harder down here on the field during homecoming of the Buena Vista William Penn game. Buena Vista 18, William Penn 0. Almost two different games going on today. The first seeming to start with Buena Vista scoring 2 touchdowns on their first two possessions, and then slowing down a bit, getting a field goal in the second quarter, but not as fast. A lot of smaller mistakes that will hopefully be corrected in the second quarter. Now, this is Coach Caba's second year of coaching in Upper Iowa, his second year coaching against the Beavers. Now, Upper Iowa hasn't had a winning record in over 20 years, but they've gotten more and more competitive every year, and as we saw during the second quarter, they certainly can play competitively. So there's a lot of halftime activity going on. Currently, they're at the BV Athletic Hall of Fame award inductees are being inducted to the Hall of Fame. We got the BV band. We got some cheerleader presentation going on down here. It's very hot down here on the field at Bradford Field, right here on the track. I'm estimating somewhere around 80 degrees, and still going to play a factor in the game today, but hopefully BV will be able to pull it off. Back to you, Scott and Andrew.
All right, thanks a lot for that good facts for us there, Ryan. Always on the ball. There you go. You are the man. And Andy, we got some stats handed to us. Quick rundown of sports teams going on this weekend. The men's golf team was yesterday they were at Northwestern. You got some results for us.
Well, just a heck of a meet for the men's golf team. Congratulations to them. They finished second to Briar Cliff with a total team score of 305. Medalist honors for Corey Satak, an incoming freshman. It's good golfers. It's the men's fall season before their spring season. We've done some others. Ben Stretchenshard, an 86. Daryl Chan, 79. Don Winker, an 80, and Greg Anderson, I believe another freshman with a 75. Again, BVU men's golf team was second. And at the women's golf invitational, Briar Cliff, individual results, Kim Mosier, Buena Vista, fired a 79, good enough for second. And Buena Vista finished fourth. So some golf action in the fall. The women, of course, I believe Kim was at Nationals last year. Very talented squad, and they have a few new incoming freshmen this year as well. They're going to be a tough squad to beat in the Iowa Conference, and these two meets were getting some non-conference competition. So overall, congratulations to both the men's and women's golf teams.
And Buena Vista women rated in the Rolex rankings, Division III rankings. They've always been up there in the national contention. Coach Chase has got a great squad. They have a senior-laden team with Mosier, Brenda Stork, and Jenny Wiedemeyer. Right now, we're going to give our attention down to the field with a special announcement.
Today's guest Beaver for halftime is John Dukes, a 1998 BVU graduate. Congratulations to John and Lisa.
And right there you see it, the surprise that we couldn't tell you about. We knew about it up here and we wanted to say anything, but we couldn't. We let that be a surprise for you. John Dukes graduated last year, baseball player, proposes to his longtime girlfriend, Lisa Schuler, and she's a senior this year for Buena Vista, plays softball, pretty good pitcher. So congratulations to them, and that you got to give him credit there for John for doing that. It takes a lot of guts, but something creative.
He's
okay, and Ryan's going to have a report down in the field with those two. He's going to track them down. Right now, what we're going to do is take a look at some of the first half highlights. And the Beavers did not waste any time getting on track. And this is the opening kickoff, and great defensive play there. John Seal making a hit, and he had an excellent first half. Ryan Grubb going over the top. That's the second touchdown of the game. Put Beavers up 13-0. Gets congratulated all around. Another big play. That is Kurt Baustad on the stop there. Tavar Bakersville has not had much running room, and he is stopped right there. Mark Smith on the tackle. Here's Zach Mathers on one of his long runs. I believe this one went for 30 yards right here.
Talk about hope he's back in the second half. A little dinged up in the first half. Get some athletic attention over the sidelines. Hopefully he'll be back in the backfield.
There is Jeff Brennan coming up with one of 2 interceptions on the day. Bart Smith had the other one. And the Beavers doing a good job in the takeaway department so far first half. And right there, Barkema, one of the many Beavers on the stop. Bakersville stopped again, and John Seal doing the job. Brennan here had a nice return. Went for about 15 yards on the punt. Set the Beavers up for a field goal right before the end of the half. And that is Martinez's 32-yard field goal. And that's where we stand at halftime, 18-0. And what we're going to do right now, take a quick breath. Ryan's going to track down Molly and
Mr. Duke?
Yes. Excuse me, Molly's the younger sister. Molly Shuley, the younger sister of Lisa, but Lisa and Mr. Dukes. And we'll come back with first half stats and have a lot more for you. So keep it right here to Innovation Video Sports.
Oh, shit, I gotta go let my hair down. I'll see you later. Yeah.
David was killed in a car accident in rural Wisconsin and was instantly brain dead. And our family got a phone call probably about an hour after it happened. We had talked about organ donation. Actually, my brother was the one that had brought it up. Knowing that those were his wishes, it wasn't scary. It wasn't a big deal. It just seemed like the right thing to do. So it was sort of like the most fitting tribute that, you know, his death, the final comment wasn't his death. It was that, you know, it was life. It was life affirming.
Someone once said, we all come into this world alone, and we leave the same way. But in between, we have the chance to connect and help each other, to find ways you can do something to connect with the people in your community, called the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.
Help wanted. Immediate openings available. For the most important jobs in America, helping the organizations that help children. Whatever you can do, in whatever time you have, you can make a difference. To learn how you can help in your community, reach us at this web address and number. We're fighting for the children. Whose side are you on?
Out! Out! There's no ways out! It's impossible!
Actually, Coach, it's not. See, Jimmy had to...
Welcome back to halftime here at Bradford Field. Scott Heinley joined with Andrew Peacock. Beavers lead at 18-0 first half. And before we get into some of the stats and everything, let's quick do a housekeeping things here. We take a look at how the rest of the Buena Vista sports teams are doing this weekend. The volleyball team was at Co yesterday and today. Coach Andrea Britton's got her team to a 3-0 record so far. Congratulations to the volleyball team as they're in Co this weekend. Women's tennis is hosting Co right now. At least they were a couple hours ago. It's going on at the tennis courts here on campus. Men's soccer left for Bethel yesterday, and they're playing. Game was slated to start at 2 o'clock. The soccer team coming off a big win here last week. The women's golf team, we've already given you those updates. They were in Briar Cliff yesterday, and they finished up 4th. Kim Mosier 2nd in the medalist competition. Today and tomorrow they'll be at Wartburg Invitational. The men's golf team, we gave you their results yesterday from Northwestern, as the freshman name misplaced me. Corey Setak shot at 71 for medalist honors. BB finished 2nd overall to Briar Cliff. 2nd out of 10 teams. Hey, congratulations to the men's golf team. Their program's been down in previous years. Looks like they got a really good team this year. That's good to see. Today they're playing at Dordt. So we'll see if their good luck string continues. The cross-country team, both the men and the women, are at Mount Marty. Mount Mercy and Cedar Rapids for a huge meet. That's going to be a very competitive meet out at. They don't get to see many of those teams. Usually they go west to play for their meets, but this weekend they're over east in Mount Mercy, and there should be some real good competition over there. So good luck to all those teams. And your next Buena Vista home game will be October 3rd, Saturday, October 3rd against Cornell. That'll be Parents' Day. Of course, the next football game on the road will be next Saturday at Wartburg. And then after that, you have a bye date on September 26th. Each team in the conference gets a bye date. Buena Vista comes up on the 26th. And then after that will be the next home game. So the next home game, October 3rd, Buena Vista will have it for you against Cornell. That'll be Parents' Day. Thanks a lot, and we've been handed the first half stats here, and along with our stat man, Chuck Plotty, doing a good job for us. And first downs, all even at 11. Buena Vista, 30 rushes for 120 yards, rushing 3 times as much as William Penn. William Penn only 10 rushes for 24 yards. Passing, Buena Vista 126 yards, William Penn 113 on the day. Rob Klinkvist, 7 for 14 with no interceptions, and Michael Kaba 9 for 27, 2 pickoffs. And total offense, Buena Vista 44 plays for 246 yards. William Penn 37 plays for 137 yards. So Buena Vista dominating in total offense. The big stat here, though, is penalties. Buena Vista 8 penalties for 76 yards. William Penn only 5. Time possession, Buena Vista leads that by about 3. Interceptions, BV's got 2. 2 takeaways for Buena Vista to none for William Penn. So that's a quick look at the stats. We'll be back with some individual leaders. Right now, we're going to go downstairs to Ryan Harder. Ryan.
Hi, Ryan Harder down here on the field again. And normally in the television industry, we're supposed to tell you to stay tuned, stay glued to your set. Well, I'm going to encourage everyone, if you're able to do so, to get down for the second half of this game. It's a great day here on Bradford Field, J. Leslie Rollins Stadium, and there's a bunch of things to do. You can watch the game, you can listen to the band, you can propose to a girl. There's all sorts of stuff to do, and you can eat hot dogs. Yes, Beaver hot dogs. What kind of fan eats Beaver hot dogs? Me. Back to you.
Yes, Ryan Harder always giving you a unique perspective on things, and that's what you get.
The creative juices are flowing this afternoon, to say the least.
As we take a look at individual stats here just before we kick off, Zach Mathers, 12 carries for 93 yards, really doing the job rushing. Heath Stadler, 3 carries for 11 yards, got in it there at the end. Ryan Grubb, 11 carries for 35 yards. Troy Henrik, 1 carry for 4 yards. For receiving, Darren Graber doing the majority of the receiving, 3 grabs for 52 yards. Brent Mackey had 1 huge play, 1 catch for 31 yards. John Fick, catch for 18 yards. Todd Tryon, a catch for 15 yards. That went for a touchdown. Dave Jesse, 1 catch for 10 yards. As far as William Penn goes, the rushing, Kaba's got 3 carries for 21 yards, and really nobody else doing anything whatsoever. Pass receiving, Cornell Arnold, 4 catches for 52 yards. And Lloyd Nolan, 3 catches for 37 yards. Buena Vista has done a good job shutting him down in the second quarter, yet didn't call his number once. And the kick goes out of the back of the end zone. So William Penn will have the ball first down from their 20-yard line. And we'll give you a quick scoring recap. First drive of the game, Buena Vista marched 42 yards, capped off by a 15-yard touchdown pass. Rob Klinkvist to Todd Tryon, putting the Beavers up 7-0 with 12:46 to go first quarter. Second, and then after William Penn punted, but then there's a flag on the play, so they got the ball back. Wes Junge then blocked the punt, setting up a Ryan Grubb 1-yard touchdown plunge, putting the Beavers up 13-0. The 2-point conversion was a pass from John Ivanovich to Mike Menke, putting the Beavers up 15-0. 10 minutes to go first quarter. Then basically the defenses took over. Buena Vista had a couple interceptions, one by Bart Smith and one by Jeff Brennan, before a 32-yard field, I believe it's 32-yard field goal by Carlos Martinez put the Beavers up 18-0, and that's where we stand. And we're underway here to live action in the second half. Second down and 10. Kaba underneath center. 1-step drop and nice coverage there. Brian Davis, and they're going to give him a flag. He's not happy. Brian Davis was there with the coverage on Lloyd Nolan, and the referee thought it was evidently too good of a coverage for Davis.
I think he got there just a click too soon. Ball was delivered right where it needed to be. Got a little hand in there, and it is pass interference on Davis. That will give William Penn a first down. As we're just into third quarter action here. And the Skylanders, we look at those keys again from the first half. As I mentioned earlier, Coach Cabe wanted to limit the turnovers, not doing the job. 2 interceptions that helped BV's cause in building an 18-0 halftime lead.
First down and 10 for the Statesmen. Ball on the 31. Cabe hands off to Bakersville. Bakersville slips to Baskerville. Last year, the leading returning rusher for William Penn had 501 yards rushing for about 3.7 yards per carry and averaged 105 all-purpose yards for the Statesmen. Also returned some kicks. He's the lone setback right now, along with Sean Blunt. Sean Blunt in there at fullback as well with the I formation. Rolling out to his right is Caba. Caba being strung along by Petticord. Lobs it up for Arnold, and coverage on the play by Andy Hodges, the freshman.
I tell you what, our defensive line's getting a lot of pressure up inside. Great job of shedding the blocks, putting the heat on Caba back there. Doesn't look too comfortable on the run throwing the ball. He's misfired several times trying to find open receivers on the sidelines.
Just underway here, second half, 14-12 to go. Beavers up 18-0. Right now, situation, third down and 11, ball on the William Penn 30. Buena Vista showing blitz. Caba, ball is hit immediately, and we'll see who it was. Number 64, Brad Pullman on the defensive line off the bench, gets his hand up there and swats the ball away.
Not enough blockers up front. They showed blitz, and here they came. And that pass was deflected, falls harmlessly to the ground. Fourth down and 11. Statesmen are forced to kick.
Back to punt for William Penn. Sofan Sarin had 3 punts in the first half for an average of just under 30 yards. Jeff Brennan back deep to return, and it is a weak punt. Brennan takes it at about the 37, and he's got some running room. Brennan across midfield to the 40-yard line. So Buena Vista once again will have great field goal position to start off the second half.
I tell you what, those are the punts special team coaches grimace about on the sidelines. Those low line drive, returnable kicks. Doesn't get a chance to hang up in the air. Brennan, the players were not, the Statesman defenders were not even around him when he fielded that. Took it up around the left side, his favorite position today. And the Beavers are in business once again. See what they can do in the first possession here.
A 24-yard punt return for Brennan. Klinkfuss underneath center, rolling to his right. And Klinkfuss is going to run with it, close to a first down. Just going to be short.
Boy, I got to believe that was just a design play there. No one in the backfield. Sprint out right. Robbie just took it upfield. Good gain on first down, +7.
He's going to bring down second and
Ball
4
on
now.
the 32-yard line.
Klinkfuss sets him underneath center. Brent Mackey now in the game, split to the near side. I backfield. Hand off to Grubb. Flags down. So probably movement on the BV offensive line.
Josh Walls knifing through the line for the stop. Let's check the penalty.
Hey, harder. They're going to rip up your Phi Girls sign.
The indication is the illegal procedure against Buena Vista.
Let's see if they choose to decline it.
The sign, but don't rip it up. Is that on? No, it's not. Do I talk about it? Oh, I guess it is.
Penalty flags have been everywhere today. And how many total penalties? Let's see, 10 penalties now for 91 yards. for Buena Vista. William Penn, 5 penalties for 48 yards, so 15 flags thrown. And this officiating crew is not letting anything go by him. Hand off to Grubb, and he's going to be short of the first down. That'll bring up 3rd down. Another flag thrown out. This is 3 plays in a row we've seen penalty flags thrown now.
Late hit.
Personal foul against William Penn.
I believe a Statesman defender fell on top of Grubb after that play was whistled dead. Major error on their part. That's going to be 15 yards in the right direction for Buena Vista.
Clock rolling with 12:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. BV up 18-0, and after 2 quick scoring drives, not much offense has happened for either side. A defensive ball game. Klinkvist hands off to Grubb along the right side. Going over Johnson and Kincaid there, and gains about 3 or 4. Brings up 2nd down. Again, these are the 2 worst teams in the Iowa Conference last season as far as total offense goes. William Penn dead last, averaging just 231 yards a game, and Buena Vista second to last, averaging just 280 yards a game. So we didn't expect to see a lot of scoring, although Buena Vista started off its first 2 drives of the game looking impressive. As handoff goes to Grubb once again. He's got the first down along the right side. Once again, going over the first team all-conference player, Matt Kincaid, along the right offensive tackle, and Eric Johnson there as well.
Jacobson and Eric Johnson both pulling on that play. They seem to like to run right. Seems like the strong side of the formation. And Grubb got another first down.
Another thing to keep an eye on is Coach Hatchek really emphasizing blocking this year for his wide receivers. BB does not go up top all that much, so what he stresses is for his wide receivers to block really good, and that can give your running backs a couple extra yards. And Troy Salzar, I believe that time, doing a good job on that last play. Hand off to Grubb once again through the middle, and he's got it. He's in for the touchdown. It's a great second effort by Grubb. Gets in for the score, and Buena Vista leads it 24-0. Listen to this crowd. Ryan Grubb now 14 for 53 yards and 1 touchdown.
Like you said, Scott, great second effort. He wasn't going to go down. He caught sight of that goal line and dashed in. The Beavers spread the field and ran straight up the gut. 24-0.
Excuse me, make that Grubb's 2nd touchdown of the game, so he's 14 rushes for 53 yards and 2 TDs. I'd say a pretty good day. And Martinez on to attempt the PAT. Hold is there, kick is up, and it is good. Buena Vista leads it 25-0. We got a shutout going here at Bradford Field.
And you know that defense wants that goose egg.
11:43 to go, 3rd quarter. That drive totaling 39 yards. And Buena Vista once again capitalizing. We've seen this throughout the year now. The first drive coming out of the opening kickoff in the first half, first drive, second half, the offense is coming out of the gates. Give credit to the offensive coordinators, coaches setting up a good game plan.
I think what that boils down to, Scott, they just want to send a message and a bold statement to the Statesmen. Come out right in the locker room after the second half, smash mouth football down the field. And hey, what can you say? Just an overall great effort by every single one of the players on the field today for Buena Vista.
Yes, many candidates are up for our Player of the Game award, which we'll be giving out later on. And Martinez with a booming kickoff. Caught at about the 6-yard line for William Penn. Return out, still on his feet, pass to about the 40-yard line.
Give John Fick over there at the tackle. Good special teams coverage, not allowing him to get any further up the field.
First and 10 for the Statesmen. Ball resting on their own 40-yard line, and you can expect them to do nothing but go up top now. Down by more than 3 touchdowns here as we start the third quarter. Lloyd Nolan, the wide receiver here to the near side, and 3 wideouts to the far side. Cable underneath center, Buena Vista with 5 defensive backs. And a quick swing pass out to Arnold. Gets about 8 yards.
Josh Twade on the tackle again. Once again, good pursuit. A little bit of a zone blitz that time. Cable escaped and found his man. Looks like Jeff Brennan injured Beaver on the play.
We got a quick timeout, and we will once again remind everybody out there that Iowa State was a big winner today, this afternoon in Iowa City, going to the road and knocking off the Hawkeyes 27-9 your final. Darren Davis, 230 yards rushing. That's his second best rushing performance of his career. I think he went for 260 yards opening game last year. Joe Parmentier, big game, a couple touchdowns there at fullback spot for the Cyclones. And we had a chance to listen to about the first 3 or 4 drives of the game. And Iowa State looked like they did a good job on special teams and good job in the takeaway department, Andy.
That's right, Scott. They sent a statement in Iowa City today for the first time in 15 years, I believe. They knocked off the Hawkeyes. Complete turnaround from last week after the 31-21 defeat at the hands of TCU. McCarney's got the boys going. Must have given a pretty good speech in that Kinnick Stadium locker room.
That game has huge implications. That's the biggest sports story in the state of Iowa for sure in this so far 1998 year.
It'll be interesting to listen to the call-in shows tonight. The phone lines will be lit up like Christmas trees.
Yeah, we haven't seen this type of excitement in Iowa now for the sports scene ever since Tim Floyd took off and went to Chicago Bulls. I think right there's your top 2 stories this year.
Exactly right, Scott.
And we have an illegal procedure or false start against William Penn, which is going to back them up. What else is new? More penalties in the game so far. I believe that is the 17th penalty of the game. 17 penalties on the game, totaling approximately 150 yards. William Penn, 7 penalties for 68 yards. 4 wide receivers now for William Penn, 3 split wide to the near side. Kaba, 1-step drop and throws to number 80. Lloyd Nolan. Nolan short of the first down. That'll bring up 3rd and about a long 2.
And quarterback Kaba has been unable to find Nolan on those long routes. They're preferring to go that West Coast offense style, the slants, the little square outs, 5 to 7 yard patterns, hoping to break one for a long one.
That's right. William Penn not been able to pass long downfield. Their longest pass play on the day, no longer than, I think they had one catch for 23 yards. Another one went for 22. But other than that, they've been all short crossing patterns on the middle or quick 2-step drops for screen passes. Rolling to his right is Kaba, and he's got a man open deep, but he overthrew him. Pass intended for Arthur Mapp, the running back.
Jeff Brennan on the coverage there, junior out of Emmitsburg, Iowa.
All right, here's the situation now. 4th down and 2. William Penn got the ball on their own 48-yard line, and they got the punting unit on the field, but if I was Buena Vista, I might be looking for some trickery here. Jeff Brennan standing at his own 10-yard line to receive. Stats on Michael Kaba so far this afternoon: 11 passes for 11 completions on 33 attempts, 152 yards and 2 interceptions, so about a 33% completion percentage for Kaba. And Brennan returns it for about 3 yards.
Good coverage by the Statesman special teams unit there. Josh Twade almost had the block on that one. Seems Buena Vista wants to come after every kick, like you said earlier, Scott. Not so much a return. They like to go for those blocks, and they've done that very well over the past couple years in the Hadacek regime.
Joe Hadacek entering his 3rd season for Buena Vista. His overall record 9-12 now. And when he came here, he had a 3-year plan. He said by the end of 3 years, we're going to have a conference championship right here in Storm Lake. Last year, they thought they were 1 year ahead of schedule. It didn't pan out for them. They went disappointing 3-7 after they thought they might even go 8-2. As the handoff goes to Grubb, he's passing 20 to the 24-yard line. Nice gain for the first down for Ryan Grubb. There's a late flag, so it'll probably be a personal foul tacked on against that. Add on 15 yards to that play.
I think you're right. Personal foul, face mask, something of the extracurricular variety here. Let's see what the Zebras say. Looks like we're both wrong. It's going to be holding.
Late call that time on holding. Happened right at the end of the play, probably. An illegal block downfield, so they're going to walk that one back. Too bad that negates a first down run by Ryan Grubb.
And to tell you what, Grubb would be well over the 100-yard category. I think he's had 3 runs called back where he's gained at least 10 yards.
Ryan Grubb and Zach Mathers doing the majority of the rushing today for Buena Vista. Zach Mathers already 12 carries for 93 yards. And Grubb is 15 carries for 64 yards. As Mathers gets this one, he's got a big hole across the 25 to the 26-yard line. First down, Buena Vista. Zach Mathers along the left side of the line. Making a hole there is Brian Miller and Jeff Jacobson, along with Darren Graber.
Grubb came out, Mathers went in. Mathers, just a slight limp. He's a gamer, he's a competitor. He's not going to sit on the sidelines. Wants to get in there and do some damage.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, L-E-T-S-G-O. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, L-E-T-S-G-O.
Check that, Matt Kincaid is along that side now, making the block. Mathers, not much doing as he goes along the left side once again. Caught no gain on the play. Getting back to Coach Hadchek, he had a 3-year plan as far as wanting to win the conference championship. Last year, they thought they were a year ahead of schedule. This year, Coach says they have a legitimate shot to finish in the top 2 in the conference. Of course, that would be an amazing feat because of the fact that there's 4 teams rated in the top 25 in the preseason poll. Simpson, of course, number 1. Everybody's picked to return as conference champions. But Coach Hadchek really feels that after Simpson, there's any number of teams that could come in there, and he feels his team is one of them. And certainly, Beavers well on their way to going 2-0 in the season. They're going to get some confidence, and we'll see how it goes from there as Klinkfus rolls out to his left. Gets a block and out to about the 33-yard line.
And getting back to that, Scott, I'd say arguably maybe one of the most balanced conferences in all of Division III football, with the addition of Cohen Cornell, both 6+ game winners last year, and they bring a lot to the table.
Iowa Conference, one of the toughest Division III conferences for football in the entire nation, and have a chance at having 2 teams in the conference qualify for the playoffs. Now, right now, how it is in Division III is 16 teams qualify for the playoffs. They're trying to get that expanded to 24 next year.
I don't know. I was just gonna
and another stoppage of play here. Timeout, Buena Vista. 8:17 to go in the third quarter. Your score is Buena Vista 25, William Penn 0. And I don't know. You guys back in the studio at break ready? Okay, we're going to keep it here. We'll keep it here. Next Buena Vista home game again will be Saturday, October 3rd, and that is Parents' Day against Cornell. It'll be the first ever meeting between Buena Vista and Cornell in the conference. Cohen Cornell, both members from the old Midwestern Athletic Conference. Many people thought that conference not quite as good a competition as here in the Iowa Conference, but Co had a huge victory last week. I'm trying to remember who they played. His name's not coming to me, but they knocked off a team, pretty formidable team in the conference. I believe it was Luther, maybe.
And Cornell will be making the trip from
Actually, it was Loris. Co knocked off Loris, and Loris was one of those teams that was rated in the preseason poll. So Co looks like they have a good team in Cornell. Maybe not quite as good, but they look to be competitive as well.
Buena Vista will hope to bring a 2-0 unblemished record into Waverly next weekend, and that won't be any easy task against the Wartburg Knights.
And Wartburg will be looking for some revenge, because last year BV went over to their place during their homecoming, and knocked them off with a big victory, probably their biggest one of the year. And Ryan Grubb, another first down run on a carry for about 17 yards. He's out past the 40-yard line. Nice job by the offensive line.
No, boy, Grubb's fired up, pointing, signaling for the first down, and why not? Hey, he's a really hard worker. Looks the money man in the backfield. Combine him with Mathers, and you got one heck of a rushing attack.
.803 to go, third quarter. Buena Vista up 25-0. Klinkfuss rolling to his left, looking for Tyler over the middle. Pass is completed to Todd Tryon. Another first down for Buena Vista. Move the chains on the gain. About a 14-yard pass play. Klinkfuss to Tryon. And once again, it's that rollout play they like so much.
Exactly. Klinkfuss is most effective as a rollout type of passer, not your conventional 3 to 5 step drop passer. He gets on the move, gets moving, and feels confidence. He's oozing with confidence. Second time we've called Todd Tryon's name today. Of course, he's Beavers' first score. Put him up in the first quarter.
All right, Klinkfuss hands off to Grubb. Grubb, once again, huge hole up the middle. It's going to go for about 7 or 8 yards. And Buena Vista's offensive line is starting to dominate now as William Penn, maybe not quite the depth, and they're starting to wear down here late in the third quarter.
You're right, Scott. Look at the Statesmen over on the sidelines. Knees are down, they're wheezing, they're tired. And it comes back to your time of possession thing. Buena Vista has had the ball about 8 more minutes than the William Penn Statesmen. And I tell you what, that line gets fired up. They get on their blocks, and when you're tired, you can't shed those blocks.
So far, Grubb, 17 carries for 77 yards, most of that coming in the second half. Mathers gets a carry, and he's got the first down and more yardage inside the 35-yard line to about the 30. Mathers, 13 carries on the day now for he's over 100 yards. He exceeded 100 yards in that carry. So Buena Vista's offensive line doing the job here in the second half.
I tell you what, we could have 2 100-yard rushers today if Grubb keeps that up. That'd be a gift to Coach Hadachek.
Take a look at the big crowd here in attendance at Student Athlete Preview Day. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Mathers. This time nothing doing. And once again on the stop for William Penn coming from a safety position. Gabriel Washington has had whenever William Penn has seemed to stop the Beavers in their backfield, called Washington's name quite a bit. Last weekend in Upper Iowa, I saw one of the best, talking to Coach Hadachek, both of us agreed, one of the best Division III linebackers we've ever seen. A guy out of Hawaii by the name of Mamu is his last name, and he made some serious big plays for Upper Iowa in that game. And, just wasn't enough for them to pull out the victory, but here's a good-looking player. Klinkfuss back to drop. Completed to Graber for another first down. Graber's got the ball, and the Beavers are in business now in the red zone, down around the 20-yard line.
Graber getting a bounce around like a pinball down there. Great roll. There's your rollout pass once again. Klinkfuss finding Graber. Hung onto the ball. They got another first down. And they've been very effective in that red zone, Scott. Minus the fumble in the back of the end zone. That was a touchback.
Darren Graber and Dave Jesse, that great tight end rotation the Beavers have got. And for this play, Jesse goes in, and Graber will take a much-deserved rest. The backfield now, you got John Fick at fullback. Haven't called his number in a while. And Zach Mathers at halfback. Both Tryon brothers split wide. Klinkfuss underneath center. First down 10, ball on the 17-yard line. Klinkfuss hands off to Mathers. Mathers, nice gain. He's close to another Beaver first down.
And I'm going to call John Fick's name right now. He threw 2 key blocks. He led straight through the hole. Mathers busted up. Fick hit 2 guys, knocked out 2 Statesman defenders, allowing Mathers to go sliding right through the hole.
And that's one thing Coach Hadachek stressed this week. He said our fullback blocking has got to improve if we're going to do anything in the conference this year. And he was really upset with his fullbacks. But John Fick got the message, evidently got the message on that play, and had a big hole for Mathers. Second down and 2, ball on the 9-yard line. Beavers knocking on the door once again. Klinkfuss sees something he doesn't like and calls timeout. There's still 12 seconds left on the play clock, so it wasn't that he didn't have enough time.
You're right, Scott. That was a smart move by Rob there. Doesn't want to take any chances inside that red zone. As you look at him talking with Coach Hadachek right now, obviously something he didn't like, possibly a blitz or a formation change. At any rate, takes a timeout. He's going to chat it over with the coaching staff.
5:08 remaining third quarter. Buena Vista leads it 25-0. And this is, we have to do some research on this. Maybe we can get our stat man on it, but it's been a while since Beavers have shut out somebody. Last year we were shut out in the final game by Central, but as far as the defense shutting an opponent out, you have to go back a few years.
That's right. We're getting our crack statisticians on that. And I tell you what, for about the first 6 weeks last year, I believe, Scott, we were rated in the top 3, top 1 in rushing defense. Coach Hadczyk stresses that, but hey, look at the secondary today. I mean, it's all over. Total defensive effort. I mean,
secondary is much improved. Give credit. You got Bart Smith out there, the freshman, Brian Davis, Jeff Brennan's got an interception. Josh Twait doing the job. 2 interceptions. Bart Smith had the other one. Jeff Brennan. Defensive line doing a great job along with the linebacking core. There's no question about it. Defense is going to be the strength of this team this year. And any offense the team can get is going to be a huge bonus. Mathers gets the handoff, and he's got a big hole. He's going to get in for the score. Mathers, from 9 yards out, scores a touchdown. And Buena Vista, 31, William Penn nothing. And Buena Vista right now just all over this William Penn defense, running it ragged.
I'll tell you what, Scott, what injury. Mathers had a great first half, came out on the sideline, was getting worked on by the athletic training staff, came back into the ball game. Great change of direction, acceleration, and dives into the end zone. And we're up 31-0, pending the Carlos Martinez PAT attempt.
Zach Mathers, 16 carries for 119 yards and a touchdown. Nice day for him. And Martinez splits the uprights, giving Buena Vista a 32-0 lead, 5:02 third quarter. William Penn having all sorts of problems stopping Buena Vista on their ground.
Like I mentioned earlier, Coach Hadczyk could have 2 100-yard rushers. I don't know what Grubb has, but he's near 100 too. And now that offensive line takes great pride in having 100-yard rushers back there. Hey, why not? The co-captain, the tri-captains along that line, all seniors, been together since they're freshmen. They've grown and matured together. And they are one cohesive unit.
The 86-yard drive capped off by a 9-yard Zach Mathers touchdown run. And so Buena Vista scores touchdowns on its first 2 drives of the third quarter. Just like a carbon copy of the first half. And I tell you what, Andy, just talk a little bit about how impressive this Buena Vista team looks. A lot of people say, yeah, you're up 32-0 against Billy Penn. A lot of teams get healthy when they play William Penn, one of the traditionally doormat teams in the conference. As the kickoff is received and dropped at the goal line by William Penn and hit right away. I believe that was Ben Smith, the freshman, down there to make the initial contact, and the rest of the Buena Vista special teams heads up on the play, and William Penn's going to be backed up inside their own 10. And you look at William Penn right now, they're totally out of this ball game. That's been like 2 in a row kickoff that they've dropped. They're out of it mentally right now.
You're right, Scott, and it boils down to 2 words, effort and concentration. It seems they came out in the second half. We jumped on it early, scored a touchdown on our first drive. They've lost all their drive and focus. They're not concentrating. They're fumbling kickoffs, have missed assignments, just various mistakes, as Coach Kata cannot be pleased, as he said. Combine that with the turnovers, and we got a 32-0 rout with 4:50 remaining in the third quarter.
Kaba underneath center, quick drop. He's got a man open and is caught right along the sideline for a nice gain. First down, William Penn on the reception, number 80.
Who else?
Lloyd Nolan. It's 4 catches on the day for Nolan, I believe. First down, William Penn on their own 24-yard line. William Penn not wasting any time getting up to the huddle. Buena Vista with 6 defensive backs again. Bakersville gets a carry, gain of about 5. William Penn coming off a 63-24 loss against Wartburg. Actually, in a game they led, Andy, I believe it was 24-21 in the first half.
That's correct. At halftime, they were ahead of Wartburg 24-22, the 7th-rated Wartburg. Complete debacle in the second half. And you can see they're kind of falling apart at the seams right now in the second half as well.
Yeah.
We're just taking over all aspects of the ball game.
You can attribute that to depth, and also in that game, Coach Hadczyk said Wartburg could not run the ball in the first half. They could not run the ball. They had to go to the air, And when they went to the air, they just started picking apart William Penn's secondary, and that's where they scored most of their points as the pass is picked off, intended for Baskerville. On the coverage for Buena Vista, number 47, Wes Jungi, who's had a good game so far today, blocking a punt, among other things. But getting back to this, the point is Wartburg was not able to run against William Penn. They had to go to the pass in order to score their points. So Coach Hatchick was concerned as the rushing game last week against Upper Iowa was basically not there. And he was concerned this week whether or not his team would be able to run the ball against a team that shut down Wartburg. Well, the answer has been a resounding yes. They've been able to run the ball over 230 yards rushing so far, and through 3/4 of rushing. So Coach Hatchick, you got to feel real happy about that.
And that's right, Scott.
Even if it is William Penn.
Oh, most definitely. And you can rest assured he issued a challenge to the offensive line every practice. I'm sure he informed them Wartburg was not able to run the ball, so he said, hey, let's suck it up. We've been here since we're freshmen. We've got a seasoned and experienced offensive line with all those seniors led by first-team All-Iowa Conference usher Matt Kincaid. And they're just blocking with their all, as you can see them taking well-deserved rest down there.
On the completion, it gives William Penn a first down at the 36-yard line. Clock running with 3:41 to go, third quarter. Buena Vista's got the rush on, and Caba's got to get rid of it. And he once again looking for Nolan, but overshot him. Caba has overthrown the ball quite a bit today, but that's not because he's missed on the pass, it's just because he doesn't want to throw into coverage.
Exactly.
Nolan, he won't, like we said, he very rarely runs the ball. He wants to get rid of it, and that was more or less a throwaway than anything else. And on the day so far, Caba, 13 completions on 36 attempts for 175 yards. He also has 2 interceptions.
And Scott, for most teams, your passing game does not work well with an absence of a running game. An effective running game sets up your passing game, opens some holes and pass routes.
Caba the pass. It's going to be picked off by Jeff Brennan, his second of the game. And that pass was right to Brennan as he played center field from his safety spot. The intended receiver that time, number 33 for William Penn. And it was some miscommunication there, and Brennan right there to pick it off. 3 interceptions on the day for Buena Vista. And we'll see if they can't score the third straight drive here in the second half. Already up 32-0.
I believe another quarterback might have snuck into the game there. I think it was number 2 for William Penn who threw that.
Klinkvas hands off to Mathers. Mathers tries to switch directions, but before he can, he is downed for a 2-yard loss. That'll bring up second down and about 13 for the Beavers. And one of the few rushing plays that Mathers has had today where he's actually been tackled for a loss. Still well over 100 yards on the day. Hand off to Mathers once again through the line. And it's been a little bit tougher going here this drive up the middle.
The offensive strategy now is to kind of work that clock a little bit. See if our offensive line can continue to blow people off the ball. Work that clock a little bit. Grind out some first downs, maybe a long scoring drive. I'd like to see about a 10, 14 play drive covering maybe about 6, 7 minutes. Keep that defense off the field.
That'll bring up third down and 10 from the 38. They call it third down and 9. Shotgun formation, Klinkvas now passing, looking. He's got a man open. Josh Wigg almost comes up with a play, but double coverage was there by number 9 for William Penn, making a good play. Safety Gabriel Washington knocking the hit on Wigg. Wigg was open for a second when Klinkvas threw it, but give credit to Washington for closing the gap.
Wigg, the sophomore out of Irwin, Iowa, his first year.
Josh Wigg, team went down to Germany in the first week of June and had about a 38-24 victory over the Hanau Hawks, I believe, and played one game down there on an 8-day trip, and Josh Wigg was named the team's MVP as you take a good look there at Coach Hadacek on the sidelines. Mike Behrens with a punt here. William Penn receives it at about the 16, backpedals. Buena Vista, nice coverage down there. John Seal once again making the hit along with Jeff Brennan. Seal, Brennan, Petticord was there too. getting back to my story, Josh Wick named team MVP for that game in Germany. Team was short on they had a lot of linemen, so they needed Wig to play both wide receiver and defensive back. The team from Germany thought he was reminded him of Deion Sanders. He had in about a 5-minute span, he had 2 interceptions, and then he caught a touchdown pass as well. So that was quite a throw for Josh, and as a result, he's earned more playing time here this year as a sophomore.
I tell you what, the Beavers had a lot of fun over there. Again, they beat the Hanau Hawks 38-27. Spent 10 days over there, did a little sightseeing. And as well, it gave them a chance to practice here. Yeah. Most teams don't get that opportunity, Scott.
Division III teams do not get a chance to practice during the spring, so it gave them 2 weeks where they could practice. Now, under Division III rules, you can only go overseas once every 3 years. So the next time the Beavers will be able to do that is in the year 2001, and I believe they're already scheduling another trip. As kick from Behrens is received, and Faircott called for it about the 30-yard line. 1:50 to go, third quarter. It's been all Buena Vista so far. 32-0 is your score on a beautiful day here at Bradford Field on the campus of Buena Vista University. Hello, everybody. Glad to have you with us. Scott Hindley along with Andrew Peacock, Ryan Harder down on the field, along with the rest of our Innovation Video sports staff.
Sweating away in the sun down there. Got to give some props to our film crew down there.
William Penn, 1st and 10 from the 30. Kaba rolling out to his right, looking for Arnold, and he underthrows him over there by the sidelines. Coverage on the play by the freshman Andy Hodges. Kurt Baustad also on coverage from his linebacker's position. William Penn looking to go to the air here, getting anything to happen on offense. They are 0 for 10 on their drives here today, by my calculation. Kaba looking, and the pass is completed to number 17, Marty Duffy, on the reception. He got the first down, across the 40-yard line to about the 42.
And he almost slipped out of that tackle. I'm sure if he kind of got an ankle tackle on the sidelines there, a lot of real estate in front of him, but he wasn't able to slip out of the hole.
I believe that was Bart Smith on the coverage that time for the Beavers.
Sure, if you like.
Well, hang on.
Kaba in the shotgun. 1:27 to go and ticking here, third quarter. Kaba, and nice rush there by Buena Vista, and it's going to be a sack. Number 97, Sam Ortman coming in off the bench, the sophomore defensive end. The hometown product from Storm Lake getting in there for the sack, but flags are down, so we'll see what we got here.
You see me in the studio? Also on that play, linebackers Schmidt and Baustad on the blitz. It's like a holding.
Buena Vista scoring on its first 2 drives here in the second half. A 39-yard drive capped off by Ryan Grubb, 9-yard touchdown run. That's his second touchdown run of the game. Earlier, he scored on a 1-yard plunge for BV's second score of the game. So the Beavers led it 25-0 after the first drive of the second half. Then, after a William Penn punt, Buena Vista marched 86 yards, and Zach Mathers took it in from 9 yards out, scoring his first touchdown of the game, giving Buena Vista a 32-0 lead. That's where we stand right now. And every facet of Buena Vista's team right now running on all cylinders. Special teams started it off right away, making the big play. Wes Jungi had a blocked a punt, and that pretty much sparked the team.
The message was sent early and often today. Beavers take the sack, 2nd and 21.
Pass completed to Marty Duffy. well short of the first down. That'll bring up third down and long. 1 minute to go, third quarter.
And Scott, it looks like the defensive secondary is winning kind of the zone coverage. They're going to give away the underneath intermediate routes, 5 to 15 yards. Play a deep, too deep defense maybe, and not allow any of the 20 to 25 pass variety to get through.
Three receivers split to the near side for William Penn. And somebody jumps. Sam Ortman pointing toward the William Penn offensive line, but it looked like Ortman jumped himself. Once again, a flag here, and this game is dragged on. We get a quick quarterback comparison here. Michael Caba, 15 completions on 41 attempts. 41 attempts for Michael Caba, only 15 completions. Give him 184 yards passing on the day, no touchdowns, and three interceptions, 2 coming in the first half, and 1 here in the second half. Jeff Brennan, 2 out of the 3 interceptions for the team. Bart Smith had the other one earlier in the first half. 34 seconds remaining, third quarter. Caba getting big-time pressure from the line, and that is number 92 coming up with a sack. Might be Darren Schwarty. Darren Schwarty with the sack. Kurt Baustad is in hot pursuit as well, but Darren Schwarty coming in off the bench, and everybody's getting in the action here on the Buena Vista defensive line. That's good to see. Sam Ortman with the sack earlier.
That's right, Scott. Schwarty, senior defensive end from Defiance, Iowa. Great to see him out there. Caba could not get away from him. Schwarty wrapped him up, threw him to the ground, and the Statesman will be forced to punt as time expires in the third quarter.
At the end of 3, it is all Buena Vista. 32-0, Beavers lead it. We'll be back for the fourth quarter right after this.
Score after 3 quarters of play is Buena Vista 32, 0.
Jimmy had to travel a distance of 90 feet. He reached an average speed of 15 miles per hour. The ball left 2 seconds later than Jimmy and had to go 1.5 times the distance.
If education is important to you, talk to your child's school about raising academic standards. Call 1-800-38-BE-SMART for a free booklet and be a big league
Thus
parent.
enabling it to reach the destination at a much quicker rate.
Did you factor in the wind speed?
It's a thin line between newborn and stillborn, full term and premature, between healthy and sick. If you're pregnant or think you are, getting prenatal care early is the most important step you can take. Don't put your baby's health on the line. Take care of yourself so you can take care of your baby. Find out now about getting prenatal care. Call 1-800-311-2229.
Your parents are always bugging you to get out of the house and get some exercise. But you've got your own way of doing things. You're your own person. You don't need to follow the crowd or the rules. And the last people you want to be like are your parents.
Johnny, tell them what they want.
Welcome back here to Bradford Field, and we return to live action. And Buena Vista has just blocked a punt and returned it for a touchdown. Troy Zalazar recovered it and brought it in for a touchdown. Buena Vista doing the job in every capacity. This time they scored on a special teams touchdown. Troy Salazar recovering the blocked punt. And the extra point is up and good by Martinez. John Ivanovich on the hold, and the Beavers lead it 39-0. And we are 6 seconds old here in the fourth quarter.
I think the Beavers will be whooping it up tonight. They got to feel good. Cannot pick out one negative this ball game today. Possibly some penalties, but otherwise just an all-around great effort by every single player and the entire coaching staff for Buena Vista.
$39-0. Buena Vista leads it. Didn't even have a chance to get out of that break, and Troy Salazar recovers the fumble. Did you see? Did you get a chance to see who blocked that, Andy?
No, I didn't. It was a host of Beavers around that punter, though.
Number 43 for Wes Jungi once again on the block punt for Buena Vista. Thanks a lot for our great spotting crew here, sitting right next to us. They've been giving us a good job all day long. And Wes Junkie with the second block punt sets up the Troy Salazar recovery. And your score is Buena Vista 39, William Penn nothing. And this has been about best case scenario for Buena Vista. I think everybody pretty much thought the Beavers had we're probably going to take care of this game.
But not quite in this handily of fashion.
Exactly. Martinez with the kickoff against the wind. And returning for William Penn, number 19, takes it out to the 22-yard line. A flag once again on the play, to the surprise of no one.
A lot of garbage on the field today. We're going to have a personal foul coming up on the Beavers. That's going to be a late hit. That'll advance William Penn's starting field position to about the 37-yard line with a 15-yard unnecessary roughness penalty. 15 seconds old is the fourth quarter, 39-0. Buena Vista with a commanding lead.
Okay, some stats for you. Punt returns for Buena Vista, penalties. 13 penalties for 121 yards. That's against Buena Vista. So that's been about the only thing that hasn't went right here for the Beavers. It's 13 penalties for 120 yards. Right now, that's about the only thing I can see Coach Hadchek will be unhappy with Sunday morning. Keba in the shotgun, hands off to his fullback, and he goes nowhere. On the stop for Buena Vista is number 8, Kurt Bremer, as they umpile. And let's see who was the first one to make contact. I believe it's number 64. Brad Pullman was there. Brad Pullman, the junior offensive guard from Blairstown. Beavers very deep on every position. They can go 2-3 deep, and they have so far today. I believe pretty much everybody down there has gotten in.
Everyone who's suited up and not in street clothes has seen the field today, and as well they should.
Cable once again, we have not seen John Ivanovich at quarterback, however, as Klinkvist has done the job. Pass completed, big play for William Penn across midfield into Buena Vista territory and down around the 35-yard line, making the reception for William Penn, number 5, Donnell Arnold, the 6'2 flanker from Salisbury, Missouri, making the big play.
Brennan and Ben Smith on the coverage, another freshman. Excuse me, Scott.
27-yard pass play, and that represents the longest gain of the day for William Penn. But it's going to be too little too late here, it appears.
This is all for just like 2 minutes of
William Penn, 3 receivers split to the far side. We've seen 4 receivers pretty much every down for William Penn. And the pitch out to number 33, and he's going to be almost tackled for Buena Vista. 33 breaks a couple tackles, and finally wrestled down for Buena Vista by Bart Smith.
That's about the first time today, Scott, we've seen just a simple sweep right. A few little nifty moves there, good footwork there by the halfback.
Arthur Mapp getting the carries now in the backfield as we locate our roster sheet for William Penn. Both teams using quite a bit of bench, especially in the skill position areas.
That's right, wouldn't be surprised to see Ivanovic get some fourth quarter playing time here.
Coach Hatchak said he would rotate Ivanovic and Klinkvist. Klinkvist was going to get the start, there was no doubt about it, but then he said Klinkvist would play. Map, and gets across a couple tackles and around the 25-yard line. 13:20 to go in this one. It's been all Buena Vista, 39-0 so far. And the Beavers appear like they're going to go 2-0 for the first time in several seasons. Opening the season with 2 straight victories over Upper Iowa, and appears they're going to roll the one here this afternoon against William Penn.
And excuse me, Scott, confidence will be at a fever pitch, I think, next week. Really high confidence going down to Waverly and squaring off against the Wartburg Knights.
For the second year in a row, they'll be at Waverly as the pitch out goes to Mapp along the left side. Stopped nicely, tackle made for Buena Vista. That's number 90, Wade McEnroy. First time we've called Wade's number. He had a big game at Upper Iowa from his linebacker spot. Right now, we're going to go downstairs to our field reporter, Ryan Harder.
Ryan Harder, and I know what you're thinking, Scott and Andrew. I'm not on the field for the field report. Well, you know what? I was on the track for most of that, so I don't feel too bad about being up here in the stands. I'm with the BV band right now. I've always had a particular fondness for the saxophone section since I played the E-flat alto back in high school. But just wondering, okay, now you have the BV fight song, and you play it every time BV scores. But do you know the words to that?
No, I don't have to know the words. I play the saxophone.
Does anyone here know the words to the BV fight song? Are there words to the fight song? Well, I guess that resolves this particular question. BV band doing great as always here in the stands. Love to hear them between halves and after scoring. So back to you, Scott and Andrew.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. And that is the question. I get if you took a poll on campus, I don't know if there'd be anybody that knows the words to that fight song. As back to action here, Buena Vista putting the lick on Caba, but he's able to get it off and completed to his receiver, number 5, Danell Arnold, making another big play to keep this drive alive here for William Penn, as they're now knocking on the door, trying to, I guess, break up this shutout here for Buena Vista and put some points on the board.
And the Buena Vista defense has taken great pride in being able to keep the opposing team out of the end zone. Let's see if they can do it here. The defensive coordinator made that challenge to them for the second half.
First down and goal, ball on the 6-yard line. William Penn looking for their first points of the ball game. Buena Vista defense will have something to say about that. Caba rolls out to his right, under hot pursuit. Looks like he's going to run it in for the score. Did he get in? Yes, he crossed the corner of the plane to the end zone. And William Penn has their first points of the ball game. Make it 39-6, and Caba that time just a simple quarterback keeper rolled out to his right and was able to sneak in the corner of the end zone.
That's right, Scott. All the ball has to do is break that plane. It does not matter where your body is if that ball crosses that orange line that signifies right over the pylon for the score. PAT pending. It's going to be 39-7.
On to attempt the PAT, Alan Basie. And it is through the uprights and good. 39-7, but William Penn still has a lot of work to do if they're going to get back into this one with 11:08 remaining. Well, the defense surrenders its first points of the game. Went 3 quarters and about 4 minutes. Before that, got to give big heads up to them. They played a great game today.
Exactly. I think we had the correct defensive scheme mapped out before the game started. William Penn has had trouble running the ball, and that kind of sets up the passing game. I think that's what their troubles were for 3+ quarters here. It's difficult to throw the ball. The linebackers and safeties know exactly what you're going to do. It's just a matter of getting open. And in all fairness, some reserves are in there, but they take great pride. This defense takes great pride in keeping the other team out of the end zone.
Yeah, that's right. It should be noted that William Penn did not score in Buena Vista's first team defense.
I think what they should do.
Waiting the kickoff here.
I think we should
Scoring drive for William Penn.
Because why do you need 2? Why do you need 2 at any given end?
Went 70 yards on the scoring drive for William Penn. Capped off by a 6-yard run by Caba. And taking the kickoff return is Josh Wigg out to about the 36-yard line.
Wigg, the multi-purpose player, played a little D-back. We've seen him in the wide receiver slot as well as running back kicks. And a few nice run backs.
Buena Vista so far this half has had 2 offensive possessions, as they've ate up a lot of time on the clock, and now we're in the 4th quarter, but they've scored touchdowns on both offensive possessions, and one on a special teams play with Troy Salazar recovered a West Jungie blocked punt. Running the ball right now, I believe, is number 36, Wes Bohonik, the fullback, and he gets it close to midfield. First down out to the 49-yard line, gain of about 12 for West Bohannock.
A lot of changes in there. We were right. John Ivanovich has now came in to relieve Klinkenfuss. Will try to get some final stats on him in the upcoming minutes. Great game by Rob Klinkenfuss, engineering BV to a huge lead. See what Mr. Ivanovich can do. John, senior quarterback, 6 foot out of Des Moines. Quarterbacks this year or not, but Colbert could probably move in the position if needed.
You're right, Andy. The Buena Vista, Kyle Colbert did make this transition to wide receiver. Coach Hatchek felt that he was too talented of an athlete not to be placed, in the third in the depth chart as far as quarterback goes. So he said, "Let's move you to wide receiver. You're going to get some plays in. You're going to get some reps and have a chance to, be a big part of this ball club." The third quarterback is Joe Lopez. He's about a 25-year-old quarterback. I don't know if we'll see him today, but he's a transfer from New Mexico State. As Bohannock gets another carry. A nice game for Bohannock. Doing a good job. But Joe Lopez, the junior transfer, originally from Kingsley, Iowa, was offered a full-ride scholarship to New Mexico State. And then he got hurt for a couple years. He's been out of football for 5 years. But this kid, anybody who's talented enough to get a Division I scholarship to a quarterback team has got the raw talent. And Coach Hatchek said, you can tell he's got the talent. He's just a little bit rusty, but he should certainly be a capable third quarterback if need be this year. Ivanovich. Second down and 12, rolling. Completed to Troy Salazar. Salazar across the 30, down to the 26-yard line. Troy Salazar, moments ago, coming up with a punt block recovery in for the touchdown as we were away, coming back from the break, giving the Beavers a 39-0 lead.
Little square out there by Salazar. Important for Ivanovich to get some confidence here as the Beavers face with a third down. Simple pass, nice throw. The cornerbacks are laying off a little bit, but a seven-yard cushion. Easy throw, easy catch.
Third down and 1 here. Beavers line up in the power eye with Josh Wigg as a wide receiver. And fumble on the play. William Penn looks like it's going to recover it. Ivanovich just missed the handoff with Bohannock. And that's a miscommunication there between the two second-team players.
As to be expected sometimes. Not used to working in the game situation like that. Just a miscue in the backfield. And I think William Penn is a new quarterback as well. Cada's day appears to be done.
10 minutes remaining in this one. You can let the celebration begin if you're watching in the dorms, in the suites, in the cottages, or in the bars in Storm Lake, anywhere you're at. Buena Vista is going to go 2-0 after this one, and looking forward to that game at Wartburg next week. And the pitch goes to Mapp, and Mapp he stays on his feet, finally tackled by Kurt Belstead.
Check that, Cada is still in the game.
Mapp for a gain of about 2 on the play. And you're right, Cada stays in the game.
I think, Scott, most of their first stringers are still in there, at least as they dot the offensive line. First-term receiver still in there. A few new faces, but for the most part, they're going against most of the Beavers reserves.
As you see Coach Hatchek talking to his offense right there. Tell them, guys, don't worry about it. We'll be back next time. Miscues happen. Cada. And the ball is trapped. Yes, good call by the referees. Intended for Marty Duffy along the sideline. Underthrown just a little bit.
Jeff Brennan on the coverage, been all over the field today.
Jeff Brennan, what a game for him. 2 interceptions on the day. Excellent coverage back there at his safety position.
We're going to have a difficult time selecting some players of the game.
Yes,
if I had a game ball, I'd give it to everyone in blue and gold down there, including the coaching staff.
It's a good problem to have when you can't figure out a player of the game to select because everybody deserves it. Cada, 5-step drop now, rolls to his left, throws it, completed somehow to his fullback, or his wideout, Donnell Arnold. Donnell Arnold's had a pretty big second half here for William Penn, despite the fact that they're losing big here.
Andy Hodges, the freshman quarterback, 5'11" from Des Moines on the stop. Lots of new faces all over the field.
4th down at 4 here. The William Penn, of course, in 4-down territory. Ball on the 34. Cada in the shotgun.
Hey, some of us haven't gotten any.
3 wideouts. Split backfield. Buena Vista with 6 defensive backs. Cada rolling out to his right. He's got to get rid of it. Petticourt's chasing him all over the field. And the pass, nearly completed, but dropped by Marty Duffy. Had it fall right into his hands and couldn't hang on to it. That would have been a 1st down for William Penn. But as it is, the Beavers will take over on downs in good field goal territory. Quarterback Michael Caba, 19 completions on 47 attempts for 233 yards. He's got 1 rushing touchdown now and 3 interceptions. So it's been a long day for Cada. 47 attempts.
That's more than we have in 2 games for all the quarterbacks combined here.
Power eye backfield, handoff goes to Heath Statler from his tailback position. Statler, big running room inside to the 20-yard line. 1st down, Buena Vista, and they're knocking on the door again, once again down to the red zone. Heath Statler on the carry.
I tell you what, there's that offensive line again. Kincaid pulling up there, along with some of his counterparts.
Kincaid anchors that offensive line, turning 1st-team all-conference player, and maybe some more honors for him upcoming that have not been announced yet. Coach Hatchek wouldn't say. Statler gets the carry, and not much doing there.
His name is John.
As a member of the offensive part of the team will be named. An award will be given out shortly. Coach Hatchek was not able to make that public information yet, but Kincaid would certainly seem to be a candidate there. Clock ticking with 7:38 to go in this one. It's been all Buena Vista. Scoring on the first 2 drives of both the opening half and here in the second half. Handoff goes to Statler along the left side. Kincaid puts a nice block and allows Statler to get down to the 15-yard line.
And I tell you what, the offensive line will be proud to see in film sessions how many decleaters they've got. I've seen a lot of decleaters and pancakes all over the field this afternoon. Kind of a new stat for the offensive line. Get them some more recognition.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Wiggs comes out wide to this side. Once again, Beavers, the split backfield. Statler as the tailback. Give us a Statler along the left side. Nice job by the line, and Statler's close to a 1st down inside the 10-yard line.
I think he got it.
Statler for a gain of about 6. And they're going to measure here. And no, they're about, you can see the referee signaling. It's about 6 inches short. So 4th down and about a foot. Buena Vista is going to put on their field goal unit. And it will be 27-yard field goal from where the spot is now.
Martinez on to attempt the field goal for Buena Vista.
It's going to be a 27-yard attempt. The wind against him at about 5 miles an hour here, so it should be an easy chip shot for Carlos. Hold is good, and somebody might have got a hand on it, but they did get a hand on it. It's wide to the left, I believe. So no good. Somebody got their hand on it in the William Penn line. So that's 2 blocked kicks now for Martinez.
That's right, 1 of 3 on the day. Missed a long one from about 42 yards earlier. Came back in the second quarter and made one from 27 yards. Identical distance this time, but someone busted through the line and got a hand up. And it goes wide right.
So for the first drive here in the second half, Buena Vista comes up empty-handed. First 2 scoring drives, they had touchdown runs. 9-yard runs by Grubb and Mathers. First down at 10, ball on the 20-yard line, and once again, somebody jumped.
Let's see if the Beavers are drawn off sides. Indeed they were. Procedure penalty. We've seen that about eight times on the William Penn side of the ball, Scott.
The referees have been really mindful of that today, and here's a penalty situation. William Penn just picked up their 9th penalty for 88 yards. And Buena Vista already has 14 penalties for 132, so we're well over 210 yards in penalties here this afternoon. 6:41 to go in this one. Buena Vista up by 32 points. The pitch goes to Arthur Mapp. And tackle made by Wes Junge. So you can tell Coach Hatchek down on the sidelines talking to his offense. Loss of 1 on the play. Actually, gain of 4 because it was 1st and 15. So the gain of 4 will bring up 2nd down and 11. Queta still in at quarterback. It's been a long day for him. Looking to his left. Throwing deep. He's got a man open, but once again overshoots him. He had Donnell Arnold open.
New cornerbacks in for the Beavers. Brandon Lane, number 41 in there. Number 15, Hodges. 2 freshmen. Good to see them get some.
Andy Fish in there as well. The sophomore free safety.
A lot of PT. The valuable experience down the road.
Hodges played. He was playing in the first half. He made a big contribution in the first half. And you'll see him playing quite a bit this year from product from Des Moines North. 5:53 to go. 2 wideout splits on the near side. Queta throws and incomplete along the sideline, looking for Lloyd Nolan over there. Coverage on the play by number 43, Wes Junge. Wes Junge, we called him a lot. Huge. He's going to be a big special teams player this year. You can tell already he's got 2 punt blocks today.
And nearly a third as well.
And that punt block is basically like a turnover, just like an interception or a fumble would be.
Special teams coach. Got to love what he saw out on the field this afternoon.
Timeout signal to William Penn. 5:43 to go. (39-7) Buena Vista here on Student Athlete Preview Day, and all the prospective football players. You gotta be loving this one.
Indeed, Scott. They look at this program here. Take a look at the band up there. Beautiful campus, right on the lake here. Just a gorgeous day, picturesque day out here. As you sit in the shade, as we are, most of the fans have thinned out some. We saw a great game here. I'm sure some of them retreated back to the comfort of the air conditioning to catch us on Innovation Video. So wherever you are, I'm glad you joined us this afternoon.
They're outside the stadium, some of the faithful on the couches and chairs. And this game not only is going to be big for the Beavers, but they wanted to regain some of their home field advantage. Last year they felt they played better on the road, and this win is going to, number 1, give them the home field advantage they were looking for, and it's going to, number 2, give the crowd something to come here and watch them for. If Buena Vista plays like this every weekend, they're going to have a packed house here at J. Lace Rollins Stadium. And I think that's what's going to happen when the next home game rolls around October 2nd. Quick quarterback comparison here. Actually, this is passing comparison for Buena Vista. They are 10 of 16. 10 completions on 16 attempts, so pretty good percentage there for Klinkvist and Ivanovic for 136 yards. William Penn, it's been all Michael Queta, 19 completions on 49 attempts for 233 yards, and Queta's thrown 3 picks.
Still a lot of hitting going on out there.
And on the carry for Buena Vista, Wes Bahanik. Bahanik, the sophomore halfback from Chelsea.
I believe about the 5th running back that's got action for Coach Hatchek.
Well, we've seen Fick, we've seen Grubb, we've seen Zach Mathers, we've seen Troy Henrik, we've seen Wes Bahanik, and we've seen Heath Statler.
Okay, so count them 6.
6. And that's pretty much, you're going to be seeing those guys all year. I think every one of those guys is going to get some carries, even in clutch situations. Bahanik Gets close to the first down on 2nd and 4. That'll bring up 3rd down and short. Ryan Harder has found something else. Let's go downstairs and see what he's got.
Well, Scott and Andrew, I won't go so far to say as it's time for the celebration to begin in Beaverland, but we can say it's pretty safe to bet what the outcome of the game will be, which leads me to wonder, once and for all, what exactly is a statesman? Doing some research on the origins of the college, it was founded by Quakers, and William Penn himself was a Quaker statesman. So, the William Penn Statesman. And if you look at their mascot, a statesman is a congressman on a horse. So, a little inside info on the game and the origins of the William Penn mascot. Back to you, Scott and Andrew.
Thanks a lot, Ryan.
Continues to amaze me. Where does he dig this stuff up? He's got the scoop.
I'm used to this by now.
First time up in the booth, I'm beginning to think we have a Stone Phillips down on the track for our field report, huh? Oh, boy.
And the chains move on the first down run there by Buena Vista. I believe that was Bohanic again on the carry. Check. And stats on Wes Bohanic, 5 carries for 52 yards. He's got over a 10 yards per carry average. You can't beat that. Wes Bohanic making the statement for more playing time here.
All right. He's like all the way on the
Ivanovich hands off to Bohanic once again along the left side and gets about 3 yards on the carry. Clock keeps moving, 3:25 to go in this one.
The gain of 2 gives Buena Vista 2nd and 8 on the 28-yard line.
And coming out of the game is Kyle Colbert, wide receiver, and he'll be replaced by I believe it's Jay Heathcote, the 5'6" receiver from West Des Moines, Iowa. Jay Heathcote is in there, split wide to your near side. Ivanovich hands off right up the middle. With the carry is number 36, Wes Bohanic. Once again, 7 carries for Bohanic, approaching 60 yards, 58 yards on the day.
The Beavers continue to grind that clock out. 2.5 minutes until the final gun.
Cal Colbert returns as wideout, and spelling Graham Forbes, the freshman wideout.
Trust me. Check her out. Check her out. Tell me she's a guy.
Ivanovich on 3rd and 4. Hands off to Bohanic. Bohanic right up the middle once again, still on his feet. Good second effort by Bohanic to get the first down inside the 20-yard line, and Buena Vista once again threatening to score here.
Tackle led by Burkham. Also Kane on the tackle for the Statesman.
Keep grinding the clock, moving the chains.
Buena Vista running the ball at will here in the second half especially.
And as we survey the Statesman defense, Scott, we just look at them out there. They're huffing and a puffing, and I tell you what, they are a tired bunch of Statesman players out there right now.
First down at 10, ball on the 18-yard line. Ivanovich hands off to Heath Statler. Statler breaks the tackle. Inside the, Statler, and he was about 1 tackle away from breaking that one as the touchdown-saving tackle made by T.T. Orgersbahn for the Statesman. 1:30 remaining in this one. Clock's ticking. Crowd wants another score here.
As well as the offensive line. Still working hard down there.
Beavers now in the power eye. Mike Minke in there, and handoff goes to Statler. He's in for the score. Statler in from 11 yards out, and congratulating his offensive line. Buena Vista scores its 5th touchdown of the game, 6th touchdown of the game here, and goes on top 45-7. Heath Statler with an 11-yard touchdown run. And Buena Vista on the afternoon, 58 rushes for 343 yards. That is huge. Martinez attempts a PAT, and it is no good. Martinez starting to have some problems in the kicking game.
I hope he doesn't get his confidence shaken. He kind of needed that one to get his confidence back. 1 of 3 on field goals today. Made from 27, also missed from 27, and another miss from about 42 yards out. Probably think of accuracy now. We know the kid has a thundering foot, but he's only a freshman. Mistakes are to be made. As we see the male portion of the cheerleading staff doing push-ups once again. And if we keep putting up points here, we're going to have some pretty buff cheerleaders down there. There's a lot of push-ups going on down the field.
Buena Vista has had 4 offensive possessions here in the second half and has scored touchdowns on 3 of the 4. All 3 runs. Ryan Grubb had the first one. Zach Mathers scored then, and Heath Statler now has another one. You see the time remaining in the lower right-hand portion of your screen. 1:02 to go. Beavers up 45-7. It's been a good one today here at Bradford Field. Kick received at the 5-yard line and brought out to the 26. Dion Graves on the return from Stockton, California. Under a minute to go. And some of the fans starting to leave here. They saw a good one today and have got to be feeling good about the Buena Vista football program.
Scott, as I look at the scoreboard, I can't remember the last time he put up much over 45 points. It's going to be a high. Again, we'd have to research that, but just a ton of offense on the field today, as well as defense limiting. You got to give credit to the defense as well, because William Penn put up 24 points against one heck of a Wartburg squad just last week.
Well, Buena Vista will definitely eclipse last year's total. Last year they beat William Penn 29-6. This year, 45-7, it appears. Buena Vista scored 33 points against Dubuque last year, but that was the team high for points scored. And they held William Penn to 6, so that was they're equaling or eclipsing last year's totals as far as points scored and points given up. And that's a good sign. A reminder, we'll have Andy will be down on the field talking to our players of the game afterwards, and Ryan Harder will be talking with Coach Hadcheck. We'll have stats up here, final stats, and wrap it up and get ready for the victory celebration tonight. As Buena Vista once again stringing out the run. A whole host of players in there now for BV. I believe that's number 34 on the stop for Buena Vista. 29 seconds to go. Beavers scoring on the first 2 drives of the first half and the first 2 drives of the second half. They led it 18-0 at halftime. And the second half has been ugly for William Penn. It's been all Buena Vista. And nice run there by William Penn, number 36. Corey Ware, the freshman fullback out of St. Louis, Missouri, breaks a couple tackles. And that's the game right there. (45-7), Buena Vista defeats William Penn. The Beavers now improve to 2-0. William Penn drops to 0-2 in the conference. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We'll name our players of the game. We'll be back with a wrap-up. Stay tuned to Innovation Video Sports.
On January 8th, Amy Narvajo was saved from freezing to death by the National Guard. Were it not for their employers giving them the time to answer the call, this story might have had a different ending. To every employer who supports the Guard and Reserve, thanks for making us your business.
What are we going to? Okay, welcome back to a victorious Buena Vista football game. Buena Vista wins it 45-7 here at Bradford Field, and it was a total domination right from the opening kickoff here this afternoon. And what a great day for a ball game. Buena Vista improved to 2-0 in the season. And right now, Andrew Peacock going down in the field is going to track down our players of the game. Our 3 players of the game. On defense, you got to start with defense. First of all, special teams, I guess. Wes Junge with 2 blocked punts. Our defensive player of the game, again, these were all tough decisions, but we went with Jeff Brennan with 2 interceptions on the day. And also on offense, we're going to go with Zach Mathers, a leading ground gainer, had over 120 yards on a few carries. Also a touchdown there for Mathers. Team huddling up. We'll recap the scoring for you. On the opening drive of the game, Buena Vista marched 42 yards and was capped off by a 15-yard touchdown pass. Rob Klinkovich to Todd Tryon. 7-0 Buena Vista, 12:46 to go, first quarter. Then a blocked punt by Wes Junge set up a 39-yard scoring drive, capped off by Ryan Grubb, who ran over the top of the line on a 1-yard touchdown run. Made it 13-0 Buena Vista, 10 minutes to go. Then Buena Vista lined up for the extra point, and the 2-point conversion was made by John Ivanovich, pass to Menke for the 2-point conversion on the trick play. So Buena Vista led at 15-0, 10 minutes to go, first quarter. Bart Smith had an interception in there, and Buena Vista's next scoring drive was set up by a Jeff Brennan interception, and it was a 32-yard field goal by Carlos Martinez, putting the Beavers up 18-0. And that's the way we stood going into the half. Second half, once again, Buena Vista came out of the locker room and scored on their first 2 drives of the second half as well. Ryan Grubb had a 9-yard touchdown run, capping a 39-yard drive. The Beavers were up to 25-0. After a couple William Penn punts, Buena Vista then scored on an 86-yard drive. Zach Mathers ran it in from 9 yards out, putting Buena Vista up 32-0. Then Wes Junge blocked a punt, and it was recovered by Troy Salazar. Beavers up 39-0. At this point, they were rolling, and everything was going their way. Carlos Martinez then had a field goal attempt. He missed it from 27 yards. William Penn then got their only scoring of the game on a 70-yard drive. Caba ran it in from 6 yards. And the scoring was capped off by Heath Statler, 11-yard run. The extra point was no good, and there's your final score of 45-7. And right now, we're going to go downstairs for our players of the game interviews, I believe. So
I'm down here on the field with Coach Joe Hadachek after today's 45-7 win over William Penn. Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Ryan. Good team effort. I was very happy with the way we struggled at times, but came back and did a good job late in the game.
Well, it certainly was an explosive first couple possessions. Things kind of got a little lukewarm, but then came back in the second half. One thing I noticed during the game, it seemed like a flag was a popular fashion accessory on the referees. Any comments there?
If I can't say nothing positive, I won't say it. That's all I got to say about that. We'll get better if it's our fault and correct those problems. Right?
Okay, now next week you're traveling to Waverly to take on Wartburg. Have you made any plans about that, or are you going to work on that this week?
Honestly, I swear I've never even thought about the game. We're really focused on William Penn. I thought her defense played outstanding. These guys are good on offense, and we controlled the ball with the run game. I'm really proud of the way our kids played. Hey, Wartburg's a good team. You know, going to their place 2 times in a row. Last year we spoiled their homecoming. I guarantee you they probably got our helmet on their mantle right now, just getting fired up for BV, so we'll be ready.
Well, Coach, we wish you luck next week, and congratulations on the game today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you, Scott.
Hey, thanks a lot. And very happy Coach Hadcheck telling his team, hey, you guys did a great job. That was a tough offense. And you shut them down. And as far as the offense goes for Buena Vista, what can you say? 45 points, and that is a season high going back to probably Coach Hadcheck's entire 3-year stint here at Buena Vista. Right now, down in the field, Andrew Peacock trying to line up our players of the game. So, and he's got them down there on the field right now. So, Andrew, take it away and our 3 players of the game.
All right, we're down here with post-game coverage now. Many stars on the field for Buena Vista today on the defensive side of the ball. Jeff Brennan had a great game back there at safety, number 28. You probably saw him back there. 2 interceptions back there. Jeff, thoughts on the game? Roaming around there in center field.
We knew that they coming in, they threw 60 times last week and only ran 12, so we knew we were going to have our work cut out coming in, and they had a lot of good skilled receivers and quarterback. We knew he was going to throw it up, so we just had to make the plays.
All right, that's Jeff Brennan, free safety. Congratulations on the victory. And on the offensive side of the ball, it was kind of a 2-head attack today. Many backs, and Ryan Grubb will step in here as well. Zach, 120 yards on the day. A lot of attempts. He got kind of dinged in the first half, but the horse is back in the second half. Thoughts on the game?
That was a good game. We played real well. Offense really picked it up this game from last game, and it was a big one for us.
And you got to give credit to the offensive line as well. Lots of decleaters and pancakes on the field. Kincaid, Johnson, Gillespie, Miller, and Jeff Jacobson. Grubb also on the day, 77 yards. Some tough runs up the middle, key first downs. What did you see out there today?
Well, I think that Coach really wanted to focus on us running the ball. Wartburg had a really tough time. Trevor Shannon, probably one of the best running backs in the conference, got held to like 60 yards on 22 carries. So we came in there and just blew them out. And there was just gaping holes, you know. Kincaid and Gillespie and all them guys up front just opened it up real well. And Coach wanted to run the ball down their throat, and we did.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. Lots of game balls going out today. The 2 running backs of the hour right now, although 6 were in the ball game. Those are some of the stars from down here, and I'll back up to you, Scott.
Okay, thanks a lot, Andy and Ryan, for those reports. Again, once again, very well-deserving players of the game, and I think you can pretty much give a game ball to everybody in the team, like we said earlier. So your final here this afternoon from Bradford Field is Buena Vista 45, William Penn 6. Next game for Buena Vista at Wartburg next weekend, where they'll be putting their 2-0 undefeated record on the line. So for everybody here at the Innovation Video Sports crew and your field reporter Ryan Harder and color man Andrew Peacock, this is Scott Heinley saying so long, everybody, and have a great celebration.